Welcome to Action Coaching. We're certainly delighted that you join us on this week because we believe that God has a special coaching word just for you. Nobody makes it in life without a coach, mentor, guide, whatever term you want to use. Because most of us benefit from the experience and wisdom of those who have went on before us, and they've taken time to offer us tips as we come along as to how to navigate the path in life we must follow. God got a plan for all of us, but however, we just can't rest on God's plan because we got to participate in the necessary things that it would take for those plans to come true. And so that's why programs like Action Coaching, you have people that are motivational speakers, people that will consistently talk to people to bring the gifts and talents that are already in them out to the forefront. It is a blessing when you can sit down and be guided and pushed by people who want to see you have the very best for your life. And that's the purpose of Action Coaching. Action Coaching is designed so that you can be successful, so that you can reach those heights that God got in store for you. You know, a lot of people don't achieve their dreams and goals because they are not motivated to go for those things that God have already given them the ability to do. I heard one time a man told me, I didn't quite understand it at that particular time, but as I grew older, I do now. It would be terrible to die and live with unfulfilled dreams in your heart and mind. Well, that would be tragic. That you got those things in your heart and mind that you can accomplish, and you die not fulfilling your purpose in life. I don't want that to happen to you. Action Coaching definitely don't want it to happen to you. We want to see all of you fulfill those great things that God have in store for you. And the great thing to do it. And you just won't explore the gift. Now, everybody's gift is not the same, but everybody got a gift. In other words, I couldn't compare my gift to someone that can cook very well. You know, my wife can cook exceptionally well, but put me in the kitchen and everybody gonna stand a better chance of going on a 20-day fast or something because there won't be no good cooking there. But she can do what she can do, and I can do what I can do. But the point is, you needed to be motivated to explore the gifts and talents that you have so that you could succeed in what God has called you to do. Now, this week, on my short time at Action Coaching, I want to talk about the power of focus. Do you not realize in life there are a lot of people who could achieve great things, but they are unable to focus? Have you ever seen somebody that probably they'll spend 10 minutes on what they're good at and an hour on something that they'll never succeed and it'll never allow them to prosper in any area? Those are people that generally lose focus. One person, there are people who will work on the very thing that they do best and stay focused on it. And chances are they become successful and get a chance to fulfill their dreams. People that try to work on 20 different things at once and don't become successful at any of them. All they have is a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this over there, and never the whole maximum promise that's in store for them. The strength. God but what ultimately the ability to. But still, it had to be revealed to me what I was supposed to do. And the second thing, God then revealed focus, because focus is left up for you to do. That's a great thing. God will show you where you can go, but He ain't gonna try to make you go. He's gonna block so many things that you got to go there. Once He show you where you can go, it's up to you to do the rest part. It's up to you to be focused. Put the time in. Do the necessary study. Cut some things through. Focus your mind and strive for your goal. Because if you want to be the best that you can be, you're going to have to be focused. Now, let's talk about the first thing that prevents a lot of people from being focused. Too many distractions. What are distractions? First of all, distractions are basically habits that's easy for you to do. A lot of people get distracted doing something that's easy for them to do. They don't have to put no work in. They don't have to do no study. They can just do it because it's a habit. It's easy. It's not much resistance. For instance, if a person wanted to reshape their body, lose a certain amount of weight, or get it physically fit like they should, and a lot of times you'll see people, commercials will come on with all kind of commercials. You want to lose 30 pounds right away, then drink this shake, or drink this juice, or just shake that. Now, it might make you lose 30 pounds, but if you ain't got the right habits and the right focus, you'll probably get back 60 pounds, because people are always wanting something easy. They're always wanting to get around it. They don't want to stay focused enough to do what they got to do so that they, whatever your profession is. The people that stay focused on doing what you're supposed to do, to have the correct body, the correct health, they usually have it because they stay focused on it. But then you can yield to habits, because habits always feel good, because it ain't nothing you got to do. It's much easier to just eat than to say, maybe I should have a balanced meal and eat some of this and some of that. No, I don't like all of that. See, habits are easy to do. Most people do not succeed because they have very bad habits, which they yield to over. Growing up, now I thank God that I had an excellent father. Not excellent, I had an exceptional father. A man that started early, teaching us how to focus. See, my dad was an individual that everything he got, he had to work very, very hard for it. My dad would do things like, yes, he went to Morehouse, but he didn't have money to go to Morehouse. It just so happened that he could play basketball very well, along with his brother. And one day they were playing, and they beat the Morehouse team. So the coach said, well, no, I might well take y'all and let them go. But they were exceedingly focused on that. But it allowed my daddy to get his ultimate purpose, was he wanted to take his education higher. And so he like that. And when we were growing up, he always taught us the value of working, being on time, functioning in excellence. Now his excellence one, be excellent in one thing. His excellence was be excellent in everything. Be on time in everything. Be motivated to do not only your job, but do it at a high level. And he taught those things. And he was unbending on those things. And I will be the first to admit, every time he would say do that, I didn't want to do it, because not doing what it takes to be successful was much easier than what it took to be successful. So most people like to not, they enjoy doing what it don't take to be successful, but they don't enjoy doing what it takes to be successful. It's kind of like the society we live in today. Most people have spent all day talking about somebody on social media and won't spend enough of that time talking to themselves and say, you got to do better, you got to strive better. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you.
Sitting on my bed, watching a preacher preach on a television screen. And I said to myself, Lord, I can do better than him.
I left off talking about people who do things of habit because it's easy. See, it's easy to talk about somebody that's achieving something than it is for you to try achieving something in your own life. A lot of you have dealt with, I know I have, and I'm quite sure you have. Isn't it when you climbing the ladder and you doing some, you always have the people who not going to even take the first step on the ladder. That's not willing to do amazing things, to strive for themselves. And they always got something to say to you about what you're doing. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't sacrifice that. Well, it's easy to say because you're not doing it in the first place. So I'm quite sure that's an easy statement for you to say because you already said you wouldn't do it. But those of us that are doing it understand the benefit we're going to get from it and how focused we have to stay on task. I want to challenge you, everyone that's watching this coaching. In your own life, you got goals and dreams and things you want to achieve. You're going to have to stay focused and you're going to have to stay on task. Because the only way for you to get the maximum benefit out of it is you stay focused. You can't your cuts and everything. Well, I'm here to let you know, to be successful and admired and accomplish amazing things, you can't hack your way. Just old-fashioned work in and stay focused. Now, our time is almost gone, so let me just give you some key points. What's the number one step to starting to be focused? Number one, you can't run and associate with people that are not on the same road as you are. If I want to be great at something, I want to run with people who want to be great at the same thing. We don't have no time for somebody the minute we get started say, oh, let's rest. Let's do something else. Let's enjoy ourselves today. No. I want to run with somebody or somebody that's going the path that we all understand. We got to put the work in. We got to focus. We ain't got no time to spend. If we want to go, then we got to lock ourselves in and do what it takes to get there. Because getting there to that place where you experience the benefit of your focus, I want you to know it's not going to be easy, but it is achievable. Let me say that again. It is not going to be easy, but it is achievable. Because the person, the man and woman that stay focused, they're going to experience the ultimate benefits and blessings of what focus can bring in your life. Think about it in the world. Whenever they're paying people a lot of money and hiring them for real serious jobs, why don't you take some time and look at their resume before you start talking about, well, they fortunate they got the job. Look behind the scenes and see how many years they had to stay focused and locked in on the task at hand to achieve that goal, that dream they had. How many setbacks that they withstood, but they were still focused on climbing the mountain, making up the hill. There have been a lot of hurts and struggles and things lost, but they stayed, as they said, the world, locked in to that dream. I know what it's like. Matter of fact, I would love for our society and all these people that are so full of giving drama and glory for the things that others have achieved, but I'd rather that we spend enough time talking on the backstory, what it took for them to achieve this. And maybe we wouldn't have so many people thinking that they can do another way around it. To get here, there's some things you got to do. You got to stay focused and you got to stay locked in. When God gave me my dream, gave me the vision of what I could be, and I had a lot of friends, but I found out where I saw I could go, a lot of them could not go with me. And I didn't hate them. Had nothing against them. I just understood I wanted to go one place, they wanted to go another. And so it's best that what we do with this relationship is go on and make the choices we need to make so all parties can benefit. Because it is hard to achieve a dream and a vision when you got somebody that's constantly trying to pull you in another direction. Vice versa, if you're trying to pull them in a direction and they don't want to go, chances are it's going to slow both of you down. So you want to get somebody that's dedicated on running down the same road that you want to go down. And that's what we call focus. They're high level of achievers who are focused. And I found that in my own life when I dedicated myself to my dream, my vision, my goal, it came to pass. I didn't dedicate myself to hearing what people had to say about it or how they said I wasn't gonna make it, or how many said that this will never succeed. I just kept my eyes straight forward on my dream, stayed locked into the process, and understand that I know a lot of people can criticize the dream and all the things a person do. That's because they're not interested in going down the same road as you. But when they're interested in going the same road as you, they ain't got nothing to say because they understand how hard it is to make it. I'll give you this example. Some years ago, I don't do it now, but some years ago, every year they would have a Peachtree Road race. And some years I decided to get out there and run the Peachtree Road race. Now, those of you that are not for Atlanta and you're watching this, let me explain what the Peachtree Road race is. Every 4th of July, you have all of these runners. They gather at the Lenox Square Mall on P Street here in Atlanta. And they all gather and we start out running. And the goal is to run from there to Piedmont Park, which is, I think it's 5 miles or 5 point something miles, I forget now. But we all would gather there. So everybody would be in their jogging suit. They'd have not the jogging suit, but the clothes they need to run. And they would have numbers on them. And we would do this 5 and some mile run. And you know what they gave you at the end? A t-shirt. My Jesus. 5 miles. All you get is a t-shirt. Now, the main professional runners, they can run for the prize, but I'm not counting all of us into that. We're just talking about the normal people that are running. So this year, I started out running the race. Oh my God, we probably got halfway through it. And man, it was so hot. And I had just about decided in my mind, you know what? I think I'm gonna just walk the rest of the way. But you know what kept me from walking and drove me on to the finish line? Just about the time I decided I was gonna walk. It was some young men, probably 12, 13, and they come running by me, not hardly even sweating. They going fast. And then they saw I was about to slow down. They said, come on, sir, you can run with us. We all gonna make it. Let's go. What they did, they got me back focused. Said the finish line is the goal and we can make it. And yes, I made it across the goal. That's what focus is gonna do for you. It's going to let you know, though you may get weary in your journey, if you stay focused, you can make it. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you. Welcome back. I trust that you were blessed by the message on Action Coaching today. It is a blessing to learn how to be focused. I know there are a lot of people in this world that think they can do 15 things at once. No, you can't. Now you can do the 15 things. You can only do the things that you're focused on to its highest level. And so focus is a very important part of our journey. And I trust that you were blessed by that on today. I want to encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. We would love to continue to support and coach so many other people so that they can achieve the things that God has planned for them in their life. Through your financial support, you're helping us to do that. Helping us to expand Action Coaching to do bigger and better things. And I thank the Lord so much for your financial support. Some can sow 100, some can sow more than that. And we thank God for every gift that's given on today. There's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to sow unto Action Coaching. And I seed on today. I want you to go to that link, sow that seed, and watch God richly bless you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for standing with us. I want to encourage you, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe so you can know all of the things that are happening here at Action Coaching. When we go live, you can be a part of it. And also, I want to encourage you to let others know about Action Coaching so they can subscribe too. And hit subscribe, hit like, hit all of those things and let us know you appreciate Action Coaching. And we would love to hear from you, different questions you would like to ask, so that we could just spend our Action Coaching sessions on just answering questions that you send in. It'll be a blessing to us. I know it'll be a blessing to you. Well, the Lord bless you. I've certainly enjoyed talking to you. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.